Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. I don't think anyone can deny how commanding the spoken word can be. We all know what that feeling is when our parents call us by our whole name in anger. The sound of the ice cream truck on a hot day. The smoothing sound of our favorite singer bellowing out one of our favorite tunes. But what of the distressing noises that penetrates our ears? The screeching of the chalkboard as someone scrapes his nails down it, or the preliminary rounds of the hit TV show American Idol. Oh, what a humanity. So it comes as no surprise if Marvel Comics came up with 5 characters that use their vocals to inflict harm on others. If you have been reading Marvel Comics for a while, some of these characters you will know, I will say. A longtime reader like myself, though, was stomped on 2 of the personas. So without further ado, let's start this list that I have titled after the song from the 90s band known as Bush, titled Nothing Hurts Like Your Mouth. First on this list, we have the X-Men Banshee, aka Sean Cassidy. This character first appeared in the X-Men issue number 28, published in January of 1967. But that is not the first time I personally knew of the character. I would not become familiar with Cassidy until years later, around X-Men issue number 118 or 119 or so. By this time, the title had changed to Uncanny X-Men, and Chris Claremont was running the show then. But if I remember right, Banshee had lost his voice and decided to leave the group. So I would not see him again as an active member until years later. But he had always been a pretty decent character. Some may recognize him from his movie debut, X-Men First Class. But if you only know him from the movies, you would never know that Mr. Cassidy started as a supervillain, not as a hero, a member of the X-Men team. He, in fact, was started out as a common thief, not far unlike his cousin Tom Cassidy, otherwise known as Black Tom, the compatriot of the unstoppable Juggernaut, another deadly X-Men foe. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Banshee doesn't join the X-Men team until I believe giant-sized X-Men issue number 1. But at this point, the team's roster is set clear. All except for Cyclops, that is. Anywho, Banshee's powers are labeled acoustic kinesis, which is a fancy way of saying that he creates powerful sonic waves with his voice. His sonic scream is so powerful, it can shatter solid objects, far more sturdier than just a wine glass. His voice, when turned all the way up, causes his victim's eardrums intense pain and can at times render them unconscious. He has the ability to fly at subsonic speeds by using his voice to propel him in the air and ride via sound waves. Cassidy can also use his voice as sonar, a sonic shield, and even put his target into somewhat of a trance, making him both powerful and someone to reckon with. Thankfully, he's on our side though. Second to the plate is Blackagar Boltagon, aka Black Bolt, the taciturn leader of the powerful Inhumans. He is the creation of the legendary Stan Lee and the talented Jack Kirby. First appearing in Fantastic Four issue number 45, published in December of 1965. Bolt and his people are the product of genetically altered superhumans. But Boltagon's powers seem to even surpass the powers of his own people, though. His signature power is his voice, as his electro harnessing ability is linked to the speech center of his brain. Speaking triggers a massive disturbance in the form of a highly destructive shockwave, capable of leveling entire cities. Due to his extreme danger, though, that he possesses, the character undergoes rigorous mental training to prevent him from uttering a sound, even in his sleep. And he usually remains completely silent and speaks through sign language and via a spoken person. Like the rest of his people, Bolt has been genetically engineered with superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, and reflexes. He is also able to fly at super hypersonic speeds. Lucky for us, he is a good guy. Third on this list is Teresa Rourke Cassidy, aka Siren. If her name and outfit look familiar, that is because it should. She is the daughter of the X-Men known as Sean Cassidy, which I talked about earlier on this list. Siren, being a second generation mutant, possesses pretty much all the same abilities of her father, mainly being acoustic kinesis, the ability to create various sound effects through combined action of her vocal cords and limited reflexes sonic powers. She has a sonic scream capable of hitting up to 140 decibels, thus able to shatter solid objects with her sonic scream. She, of course, has the ability of flight also. Teresa can form a sonic shield and lance to protect her from assaults and attack her targets. Believe it or not, this lady did not first appear in the pages of the X-Men comics like you would expect, but within the Spider-Woman comic issues. Issue number 37, published in April of 1981. Just another way Marvel interconnects its characters in its universes. Fourth on this list is Melissa Joan Gold, aka Songbird. Melissa was a troubled runaway from an alcoholic father and incarcerated mother. In order to survive on the streets, Melissa developed a hard edge to her personality. But she was not always known for her Sonic Bird moniker. In the early years of her life, she donned a name called the Screaming Mimi when she became a professional wrestler in order to support herself. But it seems her wrestling career did not pay her salary the way she wanted, so she turned to a career of crime, which only wound her up in jail. Later on, though, she would go on to join several supergroups, such as the Thunderbolts and the Masters of Evil, even working with, at times, Nick Fury's organization, S.H.I.E.L.D. It seems turbulent times lead to strange bedfellows. As the name suggests, Songbird possesses the ability of, you guessed it, acoustic kinesis. She can generate powerful sonic blasts, sonic force shields, and can even create solid objects, creating them with sound, including a battering ram, pincers, and platforms. Melissa can generate high-pitched sonic vibrations that are subtle enough to avoid being consciously detected by others and thereby allowing her to influence their actions. She can fly, possess superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and durability. But her threat does not end there with her powers. Through extensive training, is a skilled combatant. Her first appearance was a Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 54, published in August of 1979. And now, last on our list, is what I also consider the most obscure character on this list, because he technically only has just a few appearances in the Marvel Universe, and that character is the rotund clown form of the alter ego of Legion, aka David Charles Haller. Let me explain. Legion is a mutant son of Charles Xavier, who has several severe mental illnesses, including a form of dissociative identity disorder. Now, if you don't know, dissociative identity disorder, or DID, previously known as multiple personality disorder, is a mental disorder characterized by the maintenance of at least two or more distinct, relatively enduring personalities. Legion has this, but being a mutant with special gifts is able to manifest these personalities in the real world, creating a legion of characters, each with different personalities, identities from each other, hence his name. And one of those personalities is named Only the Clown, gifted with the ability to blast a light energy from his mouth, a sonic scream, if you will, that can expel a vocal concussive force from his mouth. This Legion persona has a limited Marvel Universe appearance, appearing first in New Mutants issue number 2, published in August of 2009. Well, there you go. Five Marvel characters that have deadly mutant abilities once they open their mouths. If you like this video, then by all means, check out my comic book influence YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other ones like it. While there, make sure to hit the like icon, tap on the subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified when the next video drops. But until then, as always, in the interim, keep reading, my friends.